I think we underestimate the population that we serve, in that we think that they are stuck in the music of the 1940s and the 1950s, and some of the 60s. And I think they're open to new and different experiences.
Its form is changing. And yet it seems that so many musicians are completely missing this point. Instead of looking at audience and its evolution and saying, well, by golly, look at all these hundreds of thousands of people moving into these communities. They don't have to go a quarter of a mile to get to the theater where I can perform. Now that's pretty handy, I would say, as an entertainer. Golly gee, there are a few hundred people who are up for some entertainment and would very much like to have me come. And not only would they like it, but they really don't do much on a, Tuesday afternoon or a Wednesday evening. And they haven't far to go to get to the theater, you see?
I mean, a huge thing that I see in the elder institutional community is that the community at large oftentimes thinks of them as poor old people who need our pity, who need things that we can give them. But what they really need is to feel included, and as a member of the community, and as someone who has something to give and who still has purpose in their lives. They're just like you and me. They are you and me.
I mean, really, right here in Charlottesville. Who built this town? Where did this town come from?
And the elders who are in our facility and in other facilities in this community are the people who built it and made it what it is.
Those who came before us are the ones who have created this very world in which we find ourselves. I suppose the question is, have they really done that terrible of a job that they deserve what they are getting?
They have created this world for us, and they have paid their dues, and it's kind of time for them to enjoy a little bit. Yeah, enjoy a little bit.
Another thought that has occurred to me on more than one occasion is this idea of utopia. This idea that somewhere there's a perfect world, somewhere there's a just existence, where everything is, just so. And I think that for many people who believe that this world here now is the absolute pits, it's awful, and we need this hope for the future because, boy, the past was horrific, and now is terrible, and our only hope is in the future. A lot of people in this world have this really weird idea that somewhere there's a place where we never grow old, where we never get sick, where no one is born different than anyone else, in the sense of a disability. There's this perfect world somewhere. It's been called heaven, and all sorts of things. It's a strange idea.
Yeah, well, where's the perfect world? Greg, where is the empathy? Where is the empathy? What happened to walk a mile in my shoes? What happened to that? Where is it?
It's probably in the song somewhere.
Probably so.
We sing it. You know, and so many of these beautiful ideas that are, they're beautiful ideas, and they're ideas that can be played out right here, right now. But what happens is they become these future concepts. They become cliches. They become lines in a song. Walk a mile in my shoes, everyone's my brother, we're all equal, we're all one, it's all good. Take me now, baby, here as I am. You know, these become just cliches, just things that we sing in a song, but they don't have anything to do with our lives.
And the other thing is they won't buy my music, they won't like my song. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know that they won't like your music? How do you know that they won't like your song? How do you know that they won't buy a CD of yours? How do you know that?
I think one of the best examples of what I'm talking about here is the idea of equality, which is the founding statement, the founding observation of a number of very important things. A number of religions, spiritualities, philosophies claim that we are all equal. We are all equal. We have all been created equal. It is the foundational statement of the foundational document of the United States of America. You see, the Declaration of Independence is the founding document. It is the one that at once set us apart from the rest of the world, and at the same time it united us as a country. And that statement is, all men are created equal. And so there it is. It's this beautiful idea, and it's been stated clearly, time again. We are all equal. We are all equal. We are all equal. We all say it. You know, all the spiritualists say we're all equal. Yes, indeed, you know. And one day it's going to be that way again. Wait a minute. If we are all equal, then we are all equal. But the trick is that the moment that we state we are all equal, just after that moment, we turn it around and set it as a goal. We say, well, we're all equal now. Let's set out and figure out what that means and try to actually bring that into reality. And so you have this huge mess that we call the United States of America. Because we don't see ourselves equal. We really don't. I mean, how many of you watching this program now, listening to my voice, really and truly consider yourselves equal in any respect? In any really deeply important respect, I mean. I don't mean, you know, well, we've all got toes. I mean life-altering. In what sense are we equal? And how many of us really envision ourselves as equal to the most accomplished human that comes to mind, as well as the least accomplished human that comes to mind? How many of us really and truly consider ourselves equal? So, you know, the point to me is just interesting how it becomes a goal, a clearly stated thing. I see it, we are all equal. And then it becomes a goal. And this is what happens with these beautiful spiritual ideas. We are all one. And then we go and divide people up and put them all in these different little boxes. Well, there's audience and there's charity audience. And there are, white people and there are black people and there are, well, that's funny. We don't go much by color after that. And then we start going by continents and things, Asians. It's really strange. Race is a strange thing in and of itself. But, we have to come up with all these boxes to show that, well, we're not all really equal. Because look, you can see that we're not. So, life then becomes this sort of vague pursuit of some sense of equality. Well, I can assure you that if you don't begin with it, you're not going to arrive at it. If you don't begin by saying, this is a truth, I know this is a truth, and I see it as a truth, and begin to live along those lines, then you're never going to realize it. It's that simple.
Does it for me, strip away sweet, the varnish of sleep, minting, imprinting this part of me. Breakfast with you, here you go. Truth, utter nonsense, do it with me, with tethered tongue signal, splendor of sleep, vocalize, still I cry, this part of me I know, this you know, this I know. Does it for me, fire infused with color, dream, blazing, reglazing this part of me. Breakfast with you, here you go. It for me, service supreme, me suffering, sleep, feeding, indeed I am this part of me. I know, this I know, this I know. Breakfast with you. Yes, thank you. Does it for me, sugarcane, rain, spice up the dream, addicting, uplifting this part of me. Spearmint, here you go. Sunrise, here you go. Nonsense, here we go.